We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
The stakes in hip-hop have reached a boiling point. After explosive prison tapes involving Sean Diddy Combs surfaced online, the internet erupted with one question: what else does 50 Cent have? During a recent discussion about his Netflix documentary Project The Reckoning, 50 made it clear that what the public has seen so far may only be the beginning. According to him, more recordings and revelations could still be on the way.
Is there other stuff that you just have not shown?
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make it was 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot. You had to pick and choose things. Like even in an area where he chooses to date people who he knows previously dated someone. He has a baby by a woman that was dating Tupac.
Wow.
To add to it, but we had to cut it down so it could.
For time.
Yeah.
So are you coming out? I know next year is going to be a number 2. Season 2?
I just put it on YouTube.
I just put it on YouTube.
50 Cent has now hinted that additional footage connected to Sean Diddy Combs could be released publicly, possibly even on YouTube. At the same time, new controversy has emerged after claims surfaced suggesting attempts to influence a juror tied to the ongoing legal storm. The details are still unfolding, but the situation continues to intensify.
Well, Diddy was recording because he thought he was about to beat the case. So he wanted to do a Netflix documentary. Didn't pay the guy, and then 50 got all 140 hours of footage of secret Diddy tactics. Well, there's a guy named Neil who was mentioned in the court, works right up under Diddy, was organizing everything. Allegedly, they are saying that he is on video, film, tampering with witnesses, giving out addresses, offering money, bribing, we'll pay for your lawyers, all kind of shit that could be counted as witness tampering, obstruction of justice. And 50 of all people has his hands on this footage. And I'm hearing that this could implicate Diddy's lawyers in some bullshit. They could be charged. This shit is getting wild. And I'm hearing that this 50 Cent documentary is just the fucking tip of the iceberg.
This guy in this video said one specific name, and it was Neil, and it automatically made me think of Neil Dominique. Everything that we just covered the other day that came out from Diddy's former chef, Jordan, who was going to be a witness testifying against Diddy in the criminal trial. You remember she just took to her Instagram calling out Neil Dominique, saying that he was basically the one to give Diddy information that she was testifying to the grand jury. She has been claiming for a while, when she testified to this grand jury on April 2nd of 2024, just 2 weeks later, Diddy's attorney would text her saying, "Dear Chef Jordan, this is Aaron Dyer. I'm Sean Combs' attorney. I left you a voicemail last week, but wanted to follow up. I have been told you have been contacted by law enforcement and might want an attorney to represent you." So that man in this video was basically saying that 50 Cent has video footage of Diddy talking to these people and setting this up to go.
Fueling the speculation further, 50 Cent openly revealed that he reportedly holds around 140 hours of footage connected to the story. He even joked online about possessing the material, sending social media into a frenzy. 50 explained that he never felt intimidated by Diddy's influence, which is why he chose to confront the situation directly, something many others in the industry were reluctant to do.
I was just telling this as clear as I don't have any reserve, like the fear that they would actually have towards him. I don't think he's special.
One of the most dramatic developments reportedly came when 50 Cent obtained footage from the final days before Sean Diddy Combs faced arrest and indictment. According to him, watching the raw material was shocking and revealing, offering a behind-the-scenes look at a moment that would soon change the trajectory of Diddy's career.
There's a lot of people in this docuseries that wasn't in the previous docs that you saw because they said, no, I'm gonna do that one because 50, that's gonna be the big one. Because I'm not scared of none of that. Like, I think it's just the way I was brought up. I don't really register those things. I've been through way more extreme things than these people. I look at the project, it's just another project to me, and they can look and create reasoning for it. It could be their personal take on why it's the way it is, but if they watch the docuseries itself, they understand it's been done tastefully and it is the best version of a docuseries that you'll see on this. Well, he's a big part of the culture. Like he's a respectable, he made it to a respectable position within culture. Any smart person would pick their fights. And you say, I don't really get anything out of it, it's not my business anyway, so why say something about it? Like, the docuseries is me putting together people who had different experiences and letting them tell their truth, right? And a lot of things come out that make clarity for you in a different way to it. But I only was comfortable saying stuff about him because I've been saying it for 20 years. I've said it since that day. I'm like, what? Nah.
With the documentary gaining attention, 50 Cent stepped back into the spotlight armed with what he calls undeniable receipts. For years, he claims to have quietly gathered information, waiting for the right moment to reveal it. Now, as legal troubles surround Diddy, the documentary has become a focal point of debate, especially after his legal team reportedly pushed back against the project.
That was really fascinating.
A journalist would ask that, but a journalist would also say, I'm gonna keep my sources secure, but but I got it, though. Yeah, they can blame it on me that it's that. I think he's gonna actually like the project. He's gonna see that it was done fair, the perspective. Because he's gonna see too many people or he'll be consumed by what his personal experience was with each individual that's saying things about him because he lived these things. She's gonna understand it. You can interview her following that and I'll do the interview with her. I'll make sure I put it together. Yeah, because I had communications with her, to understand it, what's going on. And even though she's not in the docuseries, it was important I spoke to her to understand how things transpired. The husband, I spoke to him away from her, separate individual communications. And see, things kind of match up. Like when people say things, I go, oh, okay, I hear what you said, but if you hear things multiple times from people, different people, it kind of rings true to you. He got old real fast. His hair was jet black, like mine. And the next day, he was like a full. All I saw from was the raccoon pictures from the courtroom. When they drew him, it was looked like a raccoon.
Another controversial topic involves the late Anthony Wolf Jones, a former bodyguard connected to Sean Diddy Combs. Former associate Gene Deal has argued that key details about Jones' death were overlooked in the documentary, insisting that the story carries deeper significance within the industry's history.
And Kirk Burrows called me up. He's like, yo, Gene, you and Wolf, I got y'all tickets to LA. I said, all right, cool. So I go down there and I pick up the tickets to LA. I got Wolf ticket. So I'm calling Wolf up. I said, yo, Wolf, I got your ticket to go to LA. Wolf said, I ain't going. I said, what you mean you ain't going? He said, yo, Gene, I ain't gonna tell you how I'm making I ain't gonna tell you how to make your money, but I'm gonna let you know this. I told Puff them if they wasn't gonna take 2 tour buses of my niggas out there with us, I'm not going. Wolf is the head of all the functions that has to do with Puff dealing with security. I have my own contract with Puff, yeah. Paul Offord ran Green Gate Security, which is the daily operations of Puff stuff. That's his house, his cars, his transportation. He ran the office, the bad boy office, the clothing, all that shit. He ran the deli operation with his security. Wolf is over whatever's happening with Puff. You understand? Wolf tells Puff them and tell Kirksborough them, no, if y'all not going out there right, nobody should go out there at all.
Critics say the omission matters because Wolf's death wasn't simply a minor side story. According to insiders, it reflected larger tensions and decisions made behind the scenes. Meanwhile, reports suggest Diddy's camp is considering a massive defamation lawsuit, potentially reaching billions, while ongoing legal battles continue to drain both time and resources.
So Wolf did not and was not going anywhere that had to do with California. And it wasn't because of the Jake situation. It was that he wanted to be safe, and the only way he felt safe if he was going out there with the dudes from his clique. And that was the Valley Mob. That's the only way. Wolf ended up losing his life behind Puff and his bullshit. And people they didn't even put that in the documentary. Wolf ended up losing his life behind Puff and his bullshit. And that bullshit was with BMF. That's a big segment in my book that I wrote that whole shit. I wrote a whole big situation in my book regarding that, Mighty. And I know you're doing this. I want to say that right there because I was there the night that Meech had promised Puff, you know what I'm saying? He ain't have to worry about Suge Knight. He ain't have to worry about nobody from this point on. And telling Puff some shit like that made him think that he could talk to Wolf any kind of way. Because if anybody knew, BMF was powerful back then. They had dudes from everywhere. And Meech telling him he ain't have to worry about nobody no more, it made Puff think that he could tell Wolf that he didn't need Wolf no more. And one thing led to the next.
The controversy deepened further after reports surfaced that Sean Diddy Combs allegedly recorded private conversations with his own attorney, Mark Agnifilo. Such recordings could undermine attorney-client confidentiality, a cornerstone of legal defense, and raise serious questions about trust within his legal strategy.
Mark Garagos, who is my co-host on Two Angry Men, he's represented Diddy for years, and his daughter is part of the Agnifilo defense team. And he was involved in all of this. So in this past weekend's podcast, I pushed him to find out how Agnifilo really feels here. And Mark kind of skirted it some, but I think you get the sense.
Diddy knew that Mark was being recorded, but Diddy didn't tell Mark. Does Mark feel betrayed by Diddy?
I've not talked to Mark about it.
What do you think? What do you think?
I will tell you, I'll just tell you, if it was me, I would be more than a little upset. I was more than a little upset when the client didn't know and I was being recorded. I mean, there was a while there where I was meeting clients under bridges, freeway bridges, because I was PTSD over it. So I think, as a lawyer, it is one of the most inviolate oaths that you take to protect the client confidentiality and the client privilege. So I don't know, I haven't talked to Mark, but if I were Mark, I would be out of my head.
Out of my head.
It's incredible. Diddy did two things here. Number one, he betrayed Mark Agnifilo, who, to your point, did so much for him. Obviously, without Mark Agnifilo, may very well be spending the rest of his life in prison. The second thing that he did is, by having a third party that's privy to the conversation, the videographer in this case standing there, there's no privilege, right? Diddy waived that entire privilege. Right. Now, it didn't end up backfiring because it seems nobody knew about it until the end of trial, and what are you gonna do at this point? But it's such a callous act by Diddy to just sell out his lawyer like that. It's so selfish.
The documentary also revisits moments from Diddy's public life, including appearances with fans and commentary surrounding former collaborators like Dawn Richard, who has filed a civil lawsuit alleging misconduct during her time working with him. The inclusion of these moments has sparked intense discussion across social media.